Toto, what can we expect tomorrow? I mean, will you be sitting down? I mean, you obviously trust Valtteri and he's not going to do anything silly.
Nope.
But the game is what? It's to use Valtteri and Lewis to try and pull away from and secure Lewis's position in the race, or what?
Yeah, it's difficult generally when you have to call team orders, because all of us as racers, we don't want to see that. Everybody is here should be aware he's on merit. But in that case, Valtteri is going anyway all the way to the back on Sunday. So we need to see how the start pans out, because there's not too much to discuss. Just be careful in the first corner, and then we'll see where they are.
Be careful.
There you go. There you go from the horse's mouth. Toto Wolff basically using tactics because they know Bottas is going. They know Bottas is left. They know Bottas has only got a few races left. They know they have to keep Bottas happy in case he suddenly goes into business for himself, because it could happen. So Bottas has nothing to lose. Why does he have to help the team? Why? His contract's done at the end of the season. He's going to be driving for Alfa Romeo in 2022. So he can do what he wants. But the way Mercedes are doing it at the moment, oh well. Toto Wolff hopefully is praying that this happens. That Bottas plays the game tomorrow. Bottas gets a good start. Hamilton gets a tow. Hamilton passes Bottas. And Bottas keeps second position. And hopefully that Max Verstappen doesn't come in between those two. Because let's face it, if it was the other way around and Lewis got pole, which to me he could have got pole, I don't care what anybody says. If Lewis wanted to get pole here, he could have done it. He was far the fastest in practice one. He was far the fastest. He was half a second faster than Max Verstappen, and when Lewis Hamilton was on the medium tyres. This is what I've been saying to all the geeks on Twitter for the past couple of months. I had some guy come on my channel the other day and he said to me, oh, that's it, Max Verstappen's won the title. I goes, how has Max Verstappen won the title? He's 3 points ahead of Lewis Hamilton. And really, he shouldn't have been 3 points after that debacle at the Belgian Grand Prix. Actually, wasn't even, yeah, the Belgian Grand Prix, which wasn't a race. They gave half a point to the teams, yeah, and they didn't even race. It was 2 laps behind the safety car. So you take that out and Lewis still would have been ahead. But you're going to look at the bigger picture. Everybody knows in the next couple of races that Max Verstappen has to take an engine penalty. We all know that. It's when. Is he going to be at Sochi in another 2 more weeks? It could be. And you've got to think about it, the straight line speed. Max Verstappen said himself, and Christian Horner, they never do good here. They never do good at Monza. It's never really been a Red Bull track. So Max said the only thing we can do is just basically do our best. Try and get as close to the Mercedes as we can. And they proved that in the first practice. The first practice. Max Verstappen was on the fresh soft tyres. Lewis Hamilton was on the fresh medium tyres. And Lewis Hamilton went half a second faster than Max Verstappen.
Damn
Like
right.
I said, look at the bigger picture. There's 3 points. If this weekend goes all right for Mercedes, they get a 1 and 2. They're extending their lead in the Constructors' title. And then if Lewis wins, he goes in front of Max Verstappen in the Drivers' title. And then you got Sochi. Since the beginning of 2014, when Sochi, when the Russian Grand Prix first came into Formula 1, there's been a Mercedes 1 and 2 since 2014. And what makes this year any different? Exactly, it's all about the straight line speed. And these next couple of tracks that are coming up, all straight line speed, all favours Mercedes. And everything goes well there. And Max Verstappen takes the penalty. And maybe might finish 6th or 7th or 8th. There's more points that Lewis Hamilton will extend his lead in the Drivers' Championship. So don't come on my channel and say to me that Max Verstappen has won the title because he's 3 points ahead, which he shouldn't have been 3 points ahead. At the end of the day, anyone can win this championship. Anybody. It could swing anyway. We saw this. Baku. There you go. When Max Verstappen had a healthy lead at Baku, car broke. Lewis Hamilton come out, pressed the button. I don't know what he was doing. Pressed some funny button on the controller, and he lapped up. He could have won the race. France. If Mercedes would have pitted at France, the 2 pits like Mercedes in France, they would have won that race. So it could swing either way. Hungary, they won the race. They should have won the race if it weren't for that stupid incident at the beginning. So you can look at it that way. This is anybody's season. It swings towards Mercedes and it swings towards Red Bull. Very simple. But as I see it today, look, I like this sprint format, the sprint qualifying, sprint race. I like this format. I do like it. And I hope we get more of it. Well, I know I think we're going to have one more. I think the one was supposed to be at Suzuka, but now Suzuka's been cancelled. We're not going to have it at Suzuka. Maybe they're going to put it on another track towards the end of the year. Maybe they'll put it at Abu Dhabi. That'd be interesting. Abu Dhabi, last race of the season. Put this format to make it the third time of the season. And then I think they're going to have a couple of years to think it out. And then they're going to try and bring it back, because I like this. A lot of people are saying that the sprint qualifying, whoever gets the fastest should be on pole. And that's something that the FIA are looking at maybe in the future. But as I see it, yeah, it was entertaining. It's nice when the Friday comes, not just for what's practice 1 and 2. I always thought that practice 2 was just a waste of time. Look, you're watching practice 1, you think, yeah, that's it, no more practice. Then you get another practice 2, it's just boring. Why do the drivers need 2 practice? They only need 1 practice session. I'd give them 1 practice session for 1 hour and 40 minutes, 2 hours max. You give them 1 hour and a half, hour and whatever, yeah, you give them 1 practice and that's all they need. And then they come back later on in the evening like they did today. They get a nice sprint qualifying. A sprint qualifying. This is like a qualifying for the sprint race tomorrow. This is amazing. This is amazing. This is so entertaining. Because think about it. Look at the format that we're used to having. We've had that format for how long? Friday comes, practice 1, then practice 2, then there's nothing. Then you got the Saturday, and then you've got qualifying. Then that's it. And then you've got the race. No, you got practice 3 on the Saturday. Another practice 3. So that's practice 3. That's 3 practices before we even get to qualifying. The drivers don't need 3 practice sessions. They just need 1. 1. This is why I like this format. And then you get the qualifying on the Saturday evening. And then obviously on the Sunday you get the chat parade and you get the race. But this format I prefer. And I hope that the FIA, the stewards, FIA, the guys in power in F1, bring this back. But the only thing I don't agree with, I think whoever gets the fastest on the qualifying, when the 1 lap pace, like today, the 1 lap pace should be on pole. But look, Mercedes are clever. They're playing the tactical game. They know Bottas is taking the penalty, so he's not going to be at the front. It doesn't matter if he goes out tomorrow and wins that sprint qualifying, which he could. Yeah, he could go out there and win it. Win that, right, but he's still not going to be starting at the front row on the Sunday because he has to take a penalty. That's why Mercedes are playing this game. They got Bottas on pole. That was done by design. Lewis could have got pole if he wanted to, but this was done by design to keep Verstappen from trying to win it. Personally, I don't think Max Verstappen can win it. He hasn't got the car underneath him. You got Max Verstappen coming out and saying it. The Ferrari guys, Pierre Gasly, are coming out and saying that the Mercedes and the McLaren look fast here. Of course, they look fast because this is a powered track, a power track. This is where the guys with the straight line speed overcomes the odds. One Montoya, when they got the fastest lap back in the day, he done it here. And then Kimi passed it 14 years later. They done it here. And then Bottas got the fastest lap for about 5 minutes until Lewis Hamilton broke it last year. It's always here. This is why they call it the Temple of Speed. That's what it is. And it's 100 years of the Monza Grand Prix. Not F1, but having races here 100 years. And you can see my backdrop I put on there from the classic banks. There's no way that the car today could drive on them tracks now. You see the thing in the middle, how it's all dented. Imagine a new F1 car coming on there. They'd fly straight off. There's no way they'd be getting punches and everything. But it's 100 years of the Grand. I'm looking forward to this Grand Prix. Hopefully, it's a shame that they can't ram it. I still think when it comes to race day, there's going to be more than half capacity over that. They're going to get more in. I don't care what the rules are. I don't care. Money talks at the end of the day. If they want to ram this place, they'll ram this place. There's going to be more than half capacity at this Grand Prix. This is the Tifosi. This is Italy. This country is passionate about motor racing just like the UK are, just like the Germans used to be when Schumacher was there. Let's face it, the Dutch are not really known for the motorsport. Not really. They've never had a Dutch world champion. The majority of fans that came to the Dutch Grand Prix were flipping football fans because they couldn't qualify for the Euro, so they needed someone to latch onto. So they latched onto Max Verstappen's balls. That's what the Dutch fans are. But when it comes to true passion, the Italians and the British and the Germans are the best. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. And if you don't agree with me, I don't really give a shit anyway, because it's the truth. Google it. That's if you want. I don't need to Google it, I know. But for you guys that don't believe me, Wikipedia, Google it, go on your phones, go on your mum's phone, go on your dad's phone, write it down, I don't give a fuck. I know deep down I am right. So the results of the sprint qualifying at the bottom of the screen. Bottas first, second Hamilton, third Max Verstappen, fourth Norris, and fifth Dan Ricciardo. Between Max Verstappen and Norris and Ricciardo, there's nothing between them. There's nothing between them. So them guys, 4th, 5th and 6th could easily get third place. To me, if Bottas gets the game right and he keeps Max Verstappen behind him, it's going to be a 1 and 2 Mercedes, and third is up for grabs. The third place is up for grabs between Max Verstappen, Norris and Daniel Ricciardo. Very simple. Daniel Ricciardo, I got a little feeling now that he's started to get the hang of this car. He's looking confident. It looks like the old Daniel Ricciardo with his little sneaky grin. I know he's always got a sneaky grin. We're just past halfway season, and now he's getting the hang of this car. And that he needs to step up. They need to get Ricciardo in the points window, because at the end of the day, if they want to beat Ferrari for third place in the constructors, Ricciardo needs to start performing. And that's what he's doing. Perez, I don't know where Perez is going. 9th place Perez. What has happened to Perez? At the beginning of the season, he was there with Max Verstappen. Max was first, he was third or fourth. He was all there in the top 3, 4. Always. And where is he now? I'm telling you now, this is what I said. If Mercedes win the constructors, I think that they're going to win it. I'm confident. I think that Mercedes are going to win the constructors. That's what I think. And the way Perez is going now, if Red Bull wants to win the constructors, he needs to start stepping up. At the end of the day, Perez should not be 9th place. He should never be 9th place. And that's what's letting Red Bull down. Am I complaining? I don't really care. But anyway, I enjoyed it. I like the format. Can't wait till tomorrow. It's going to be the sprint race. And it should be interesting. But at the end of the day, look, I don't know how many laps there is. I'm not sure if there's 17, 18, 19 laps. I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's going to be very hard for anybody to beat Lewis Hamilton or Valtteri Bottas on this track with their car. But you think this is just done by accident? This was all planned from the beginning of the season. It was all planned. All planned. And this is where Mercedes now are going to step up. They should have won Spa. They would have won Spa if it weren't for the rain. And that got cancelled. They should have won Spa. The Dutch Grand Prix was all about Max. So you knew they was going to win it. It was like a street track. It's a bit like a street track. Can't take over. The little fiddly corners, little bends, favours the Red Bull car. But now it's all about Mercedes. This is Mercedes track. And I'm not going to be surprised if when come Sunday, Lewis Hamilton's on the podium. So, for me, for the win, tomorrow it's Lewis Hamilton. Second, Bottas for me. Third place, I'm going to go with Daniel Ricciardo. That's just my bet. I just got a feeling Daniel Ricciardo, I saw the eye of the tiger when he was interviewing. I saw his eyes, man. He's up for this. He's up for it. And I'm going for Daniel Ricciardo for third place. And fourth place, probably Max. Or, no, I can't choose between Max and Norris. Because Norris was having a great qualifying. It's just his last stint here. It went a bit wrong in, I don't know what sector it was. He said he slipped a bit and he lost a bit of time. But he could have easily got third place today. But tomorrow is what counts. So, this is the end of, if you want to call it a review, of the Italian Grand Prix 2021 qualifying sprint. So, guys, see you later tomorrow. See ya tomorrow. It is, I don't know what time it is now. It's past midnight. But sorry if the video is going to go late, but I had a lot of things to do, a lot of editing this weekend, because, you know, when the weekend comes to F1, I'm always uploading stuff. So look at my channel for shit. Go on my Twitch. I stream Monday to Friday. I stream F1 2020, and I also stream a Assetto Corsa. But in the near future, I'm going to be streaming on YouTube as well. But not yet, but it's going to be soon. So, this is Solo P1 Tonight. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thank you guys for the support, and girls. Thank you for the support over the past couple of months. My YouTube channel is growing, and I really appreciate it. This is Solo P1 Tonight. Thank you very much, guys. Bye.